Hey there, Hoop fans. It's Kokan, your go-to guru for all things roundball, fondly known to the community as Tips and Streams. We're not just dribbling around here. We're talking serious plays and epic showdowns. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of the NBA, breaking down some of the most anticipated matchups that are about to set the court on fire. But wait, before we jump into the action, do me a favor. Slam dunk that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Why? Because you don't want to miss out on our expert analysis, predictions, and those secret top picks that might just give you bragging rights among your friends. All right, fellow ballers, let's lace up and dive in.
The first today's prediction is for the matchup between the Boston Celtics and Indiana Pacers. In the eagerly awaited face-off at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the Boston Celtics, boasting a stellar 15-4 record, are gearing up to duke it out with the Indiana Pacers, who hold a respectable 10-0. As the 4.5-point frontrunners, the Celtics are looking to keep the ball rolling on their three-game hot streak, coming off a solid win against the 76ers. On the flip side, the Pacers, riding high from a victory over the Heat, are itching to keep the wins coming. Taking a closer look at the Celtics, their knack for both scoring and defending is impressive. Averaging 116.7 points per game puts them in the league's top 8, and their defense is tight, allowing just 107.4 points per game, a league fourth best. Their rebounding game is on point, pulling down an average of 47.1 boards per game, and they're nailing threes like it's going out of style. Their game shows some swings, with stronger scoring on their home court. The Pacers pack a punch offensively, topping the charts with an average score of 128.8 points per game, but their defense is where they falter, giving up the most points in the league. They're not as strong on the rebounds, but their three-point game is fire. Like the Celtics, the Pacers also show a split between their home and away game performance. The Celtics' key playmakers include Jason Tatum and Drew Holiday, with Tatum's scoring and board grabbing being vital. The Pacers lean on Tyrese Halliburton, backed by Miles Turner and Bruce Brown, to fuel their offense. Injuries might tip the scales. The Celtics are down one Kristaps Porzingis, which thins their lineup, while the Pacers are dealing with some maybes. Jalen Smith is benched, and Halliburton and Toppin are up in the air, which could shake up their roster big time. The betting scene and recent showdowns hint at a scoreboard blitz, although the points might not hit the lofty 241 mark. Historically, the Celtics have had the Pacers' number, sweeping their last 5 matchups, a streak that could well continue under the current scene. Eyeing the Celtics' defensive fortitude, their dominance on the glass, and the Pacers' defensive hiccups and rebounding struggles, the scales seem tipped in Boston's favor. The Celtics are poised to run the show, outmaneuvering Indiana's high-octane offense and exploiting their defensive gaps. The Pacers' injury worries, particularly around their ace Halliburton, further tilt the odds towards Boston. As we head into the final buzzer, this matchup is shaping up to be a full-throttle, offense-heavy clash between these two teams. The Celtics come in with a dynamic game plan and a solid history of outplaying the Pacers. However, despite Boston's strengths, they've struggled on the road, barely making the cut with their 19th rank in offensive efficiency and a modest net rating of just +2. On the other side, Indiana's home court advantage and their rapid-fire pace are key. Expect a rain of fast break points as the Pacers hustle to overcome the 5-point spread. My bet is on the Indiana Pacers to beat the +5-point spread. The second and last prediction for today is for the match between the New Orleans Pelicans and Sacramento Kings. The Pelicans are hooping strong at 11-10, locking down the 8th seed in the Western Conference Showdown. They're laying down a steady game this season, racking up a cool 114.0 points per game, ranking them 15th in the league, snagging 44.2 rebounds per game for the 12th spot, and serving up 26.0 assists per game, putting them 13th. They're holding their rivals to 113.2 points per game, which is 16th in the league. Switching courts, the Kings are balling a bit harder with an 11-7 record, cruising into the 4th spot in the West. Their offense is firing up, dropping an average of 116.5 points per game. which has them sitting 10th in the league. Their board work is almost on par with the Pelicans at 44.0 rebounds, but they're dishing out more with 27.3 assists per game. The defense is a bit shaky, though, letting through 116.7 points per game, which drops them to 21st in the league. Peeping the odds, the Kings stepped onto the court as 5-point favorites. But the game's changed, and the lines nudged down to -4, hinting at a tighter face-off than first thought. The total over-under is jumped from 231.5 to 235, signaling a high-score hustle is expected. Injury reports are key for scoping team strength. The Pelicans might get a boost with C.J. McCollum likely bouncing back from a collapsed lung. Still, they're down Ryan with a calf strain and Larry Nance Jr. nursing a rib fracture. The Kings might see Mitchell return from being sick, but Len's still out with an ankle sprain. Making sick. Considering these plays, the Kings pack more punch offensively, but the Pelicans are in hot pursuit, especially if McCollum hits the floor. On defense, the Pelicans have a slight edge, but it's anybody's game. Based on recent plays, injury scoops, and the shift in betting odds, I'm leaning toward the Sacramento Kings clinching a win at their crib. They've been consistent scorers, and with the Pelicans missing a few key players, the Kings might exploit their home court. Still, expect the Pelicans to come in strong. The Kings might bag this one, but I'm betting on the New Orleans Pelicans to cover the spread. It's going to be close. My money's on the New Orleans Pelicans at plus 4.5.
All right, hoopheads, that's the buzzer for today's predictions. Big thanks for rolling with us. If you're vibing with our picks, slam that subscribe button and get on board. Catch you on the court tomorrow. Peace.